IG, let's rock and roll. Yo, Facebook, what's going on? Today, that's right, welcome to Fitness Quest 10. We talking the art of quarterbacking. Yeah, the art of quarterbacking. And guess what? Yeah, I got my man Luis Perez in the house. We're talking quarterbacking and what it takes to be a great quarterback, and you're in for a real treat. I'm gonna share my top 5 exercises for quarterbacks.
I don't like quarterbacks.
And stay away from guys like this. D linemen, D ends, lineback. We don't like these guys. Hey, Garrett Sickles. We don't want to be around those guys. They're too big, too fast. We want to be wearing that red jersey, baby. Wearing that. Garrett Sickles, man. That another pro linebacker, D end. That guy's good right there. But hey, Luis Perez in the house. Luis, what's up, brother?
TD, how we doing, baby?
Hey, we got a special one today. We got a special one all on this. Take your questions. We're gonna have comments coming in. This one's gonna be sponsored by my friends over at Carnison. Yup, Carnison, thank you. Hey, fellow Carnison athlete right here, Luis Perez. I want the comments coming through. If you want to win a Carnison swag bag, hey, a little Mind Right Maniac hoodie, some extra little goodies. I got my 5 exercises, and I'm gonna give you a whole spiel inside on the interview. Keep the questions coming. I want to know your name, your city, your location, the gym that you train at, whatever it is. And I want to see hashtag get your mind right. Get your mind right, get it right, and get it tight. That's what it's all about. So let's go on over here. First exercise.
This guy's crazy.
That's right, baby. Got a little woo, little cray in the house. Hey, 5 exercises. The first one, let's go core rotations. If you want to be a great quarterback, I don't care if you're a pro, if you're a high school kid, whatever it is. We got a little core rotations. 60% of your power is generated from your trunk. I want the core rotations. I got a 1-inch super band. We got 15 on the core rotations. Now, what I love about this right here is you're a rotational athlete. As a quarterback, you're a rotational athlete right here. Now, when you're done with your 15, Luis, notice this is a horizontal movement. I also like a diagonal movement. Hop right down. I know you got your 15. Now we're gonna go with diagonal lift. Exercise number 2 on this. Take a look, the diagonal lift. If you want to be a great quarterback, you want to train with rotation, it can't just be horizontal. I want diagonal as well. Good, 15 also on the diagonal lifts. Quarterbacks, pitchers, swimmers, if you're a rotational athlete, especially an overhead athlete, these 5 exercises are all exercises I want you to do and employ into your program, for your training. Very good. That's exercise 1 and 2. Horizontal rotations, diagonal lifts. Let's come on over to the hyperextensions. Now folks, watch this. Okay, Luis, pro quarterback right here. We're in a hyperextension machine on this. Now Luis, holding the flex T position with these 4-pound weights. Flex T. Now take a look, squeeze the back side of the body. Very good, very good. We got hyperextensions. Multiple variations, my friends, today on this Flex T. Yo, high school kids, college kids, make sure you employ this. We're gonna get 15. Right now, I want you to stop, Matt. You got your 15. Let's go slide and glide. Slide and glide now. You get to the top. Squeeze your glutes, your back side. Work the non-mirror muscles. The non-mirror muscles, get the scapula, the back side working. 2 to 1, backside to front side. Not the mirror muscles, backside, front side, 2 to 1. Take a short rest. Now, let me talk turkey. I talked about the art of quarterback and what it's gonna take. Well, we're always, as quarterbacks, flexing and rotating. Flexing and rotating. The backside's really important to work. But I also want you to work on extension and rotation as well. If we always flex and rotate, I want you to extend and rotate like this right here. Luis back in. Again, you can have a 2-pound, 3-pound, 4-pound weight, then even much heavier than that, and he's rotating on this. If you rotate right, I want you to rotate left, equal and opposite. Rotate left, rotate right. We go forward, we go back, we go up, and we go down. On that right there. Very good, very good. A couple more, Luis. Now, Luis Perez, interesting story. I'm gonna give you a whole interview. We're gonna have a great interview in just a couple minutes. Inside, you're gonna wanna hear the story of what makes this guy tick right here. Take a little rest, relax. Good, grab your kettlebells. That's exercise number 3. Number 4 coming on up. Okay, on this exercise number 4, kettlebell bottoms up. Kettlebell bottoms up on this right here. Luis, come on over. Okay, light, take a look. Flip the kettlebells on up. Okay, hold, stop, don't move quite yet. Flex T. Now when Luis is in the pocket, he's throwing, this is the position he's in. Here's his base, it all starts from the base right here on that. Now, lateral walks. Kettlebell bottoms up, lateral walks. You ready? Go ahead. Good, let's go. Stay, good, very good. Walking that all the way down. The grip is working big time. Where do you feel that, Luis?
Backside shoulder.
Backside shoulders.
Grip strength.
Grip strength.
Balance.
Balance, very good. Very good, very good. holding, squeezing that backside, pinching the shoulder blades. Very good. So exercise number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. Kettlebell, bottoms up, flex T position. I want you walking down here, and then when you come back, I want you looking the other way as well. One more time, Luis, on this. Now take a look at the shoulder position. That's the slot. So young kiddos, you got to train with this slot. They say, you know, not sport specific. You better believe it. This is functional training right here. Now he's coming back going the other way. If we train right, we must train left. Fantastic job. We're giving a tutorial right now, a tutorial on what it takes to be a great quarterback. Very good. And number 4. Let's go to number 5 with the rebounder on this. So my friends, when we talk about this, and feel free to hit any questions. This isn't just for quarterbacks, by the way. Pitchers, swimmers, volleyball players, softball players. If you're an overhead athlete, you want to be doing these exercises. I want to hit your legs. I want to hit your upper body. Some of the traditional lifts are good. I'm showing you my top 5 exercises for the art of a great quarterback, and I worked with a few in my day. All right, here we go. So take a look. We got a light medicine ball. Let's start with 1 or 2 pound medicine ball. And what we're going to do here is throwing it into the rebounder. We're not playing the rebounder game. No, we're not playing that IT. You see that all the time on my stories. But here, I want is that shoulder height. We're going to be going back and forth into the rebounder. Take a look at Luis. He's got to find that rhythm. This is fantastic for the cuff. The entire labrum area, the backside posterior delts, all the rotator cuffs. Very good. We got 20 seconds. Come on, Luis. Let's go. Let's go. This is fatiguing on the backside. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Take a rest. Go left side. Uh-oh. Yeah, yo, kiddo. If you train right, go left. You're going to feel awkward at this, but guess what? You have to be equal and opposite on that. Hey, how we feeling over there, defense? Look at him. He's getting all big and beefy over there. Waiting for that call up right there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Left side. Now, in just a moment, we're going to go inside, and we're going to interview Luis about the art of quarterback. And again, if you're not a quarterback, don't worry about it. It's still going to help you. Or share this with someone who is a quarterback. That'll help. Now, notice right and left, back and forth. 2 sets, 20 seconds. 2 sets, 20 seconds. So I like to do 2 sets minimum on all these different movements on that. Very good. And relax. Take a rest. 5 exercises. Matter of fact, I want to add a 6 just because that's called and then some. See it up on the wall, says and then some. Last one, let's go towel drill. Here we go. Come on over, towel drill. Guys, great conditioning exercise. You don't just have to do sprints. Quarterbacks, I want you in the pocket, okay? I want you to throw right, middle, and left here, Luis. Let's take a look at Luis on this. You gotta grab a short towel on this right here. Towel drill, I want you quick feet. Look at the base, look at the rotation. Good. Now look at the eyes. Okay, you see the eyes right there? Towel drill, let's go. Get them moving, get the feet moving. Let's go, Luis. Notice the eyes. That's called the look of a champion. Come on, 5 seconds to go. Very good, very good. Yeah. Good, Luis. Notice the feet moving. 3, 2, and relax. Take a rest. Good. Look at the eyes right there. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Now, I want you to compare Luis's feet to my feet.
Oh, TD.
Yeah. You go, coach. You go, coach.
All right, okay, let's go.
Did you know I used to be a quarterback? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, Luis. Don't look at me. Hey, by the way, you talk about a great story. You're going to hear it in just a matter of moments. Luis didn't even play high school football. Now the guy's in the pros. Luis, tell me how I look. What are you going, 20 seconds? 20 seconds, don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Let's go, TD. Hey, Derek Sickler, you don't want to do this right here, baby. In that pocket. I don't know, wing 2, quarter. Let's go. Ha! Woo! Ha! Faster feet, let's go. Faster feet. You can't even see him. They're so fast. Let's go, TD. To the left. To the left. Keep out. Let's go. Right. Ooh, boom. Keep your elbow up. How about go deep? Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all better get your mind right. You better get your mind right. Let's go inside. Because right now, man, you talked about getting it right, getting it tight. Garrett Sickles. Hey, I'm seeing y'all. Y'all, I want to see these. I want to see these comments coming in. Whoo, doggy. Hey, here's the deal. Bottom line is this. Talk about the art of great quarterbacking. Oh, Joseph, what's up, baby? Say hello. Luis, say hello to these people coming in today. Man, guys, you got the man, the myth, the legend, Luis Perez. He's a little out of breath like me right now. So here's the deal. Art of quarterbacking. Luis, first off, share with them a little bit of your story, where you came from, how you got to where you are today, and what it's going to take to be great as a quarterback.
Okay, well, shoot. Going back to my high school days, so I actually didn't play high school football like TD mentioned earlier. I was actually a professional bowler.
What?
I was going to pursue that, yeah.
What?
So did that, tried out in high school. Little by little, I would rush out of practice, rush to my bowling leagues. Would bowl awful because I was so tired from practice. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take my talents to the lanes. So I, stuck around, talked to my parents, and I decided we'll go on bowling, TD.
Nice.
Bowling. So
how does bowling help quarterbacking now, any?
Oh, a lot. I'll tell you what, from grip strength, from carrying a 15-pound ball, having to roll at 20 miles per hour down the lane with accuracy, pretty similar.
We got a lot of hearts coming in. A lot of hearts. A lot of hearts.
A lot of likes. I like it.
Well-liked man here.
You know what else, TD?
What's that?
Check this out. You throw a split, you throw an interception, next play, next frame. Move on.
What's a split?
A split. So when you have two pins that are separate and you can't get them in one shot, it's nearly impossible.
Hey, so guys, here's the deal. I'm going to give away a bunch of stuff today. I got some good gear. Matter of fact, guys, I told you earlier on, my friends Carnison hooking some brothers and sisters up from all over the globe. But I want you to say, hook a brother up or hook a sister up with some Carnison swag bag. Yeah, Max Muscle today. Thank you, Carnison. Of course, we've got the 3.2 recommended grams per day, minimal. I've been amping up. A little secret. I've been amping up in the summer. You know, you got all the NFL guys. You got guys like you in here. I got to amp it up. I'm going like 5 grams a day. 3 scoops, not just 2. I know you're going 2. That's cool. Here's the deal, guys. When you're using any form of a pre-workout, and carnosine beta-alanine is found in most major leading brands of pre-workout, you want to make sure it says carnosine. Why? Because you are guaranteed that is banned substance free. You do not want to get popped for anything that's in your body that is not supposed to be. So you know that when you take carnosine beta-alanine, that it's going to be safe. That's an important aspect. Also, it works. You're like, what is beta-alanine? Well, carnosine beta-alanine, carnosine is the maker of the best beta-alanine in the globe. It's going to make sure that you increase your strength, your power, your endurance, and your recovery. So when you take that SR, that sustained release, carnosine beta-alanine at night, recovery, days off, you're always taking that. That's going to help your recovery and your performance. And whether you're Luis Perez, who is working at the highest level, your mom, your dad, you're a trainer, you want the best in your body, you want the best in your mind and what you're doing, you want to make sure you put the best products in there. Guys, where do you find this stuff? Go to team.carnosine.com. Team.carnosine.com. You can go there and go to the Find It button, and you can go anywhere. Sometimes you go to GNC or to your local supplement store, nutrition store, and they'll have that, but you got to look at the label. It says beta-alanine. Make sure it says carnosine on it. Check the labels and say, hey, TD, hit me in a story. Hey, is this, would you approve this? I'll say, let me see the label, young man or young woman, and we'll say yes or no on that. And when you do, boom, we got some great products here. And by the way, this Max Muscle one, I haven't given this one away before. Giving this away today. It's got the right dose. What does that say, Luis? 3.2 grams?
3.2 grams.
Of carnosine beta-alanine, along with, got a little bit of creatine in it on this. So, man, this is a good one. If you want this, hit it up right now. Let me know. I also got a shaker bottle, carnosine shaker bottle. I've got, man, they're giving away the farm today. We got a little bit of Max Carnosine by Max Muscle as well. So, guys, if you want the carnosine swag bag, I'll talk more about that later on, but I want to know, hook a brother or sister up. If you want a Mind Right Maniac shirt, thank you, Under Armour, hooking us up. If you want that, say I'm a Mind Right Maniac. I'm a fire-breathing dragon on that, along with, I got a hoodie. Nothing like wearing a gray hoodie in the summer. It's like almost August coming up here, and man, and a WOW book. They're all going out today. You better comment, though. Get your mind right. I want the swag bag. I want the carnosine swag bag. I want the WOW book. I want the gray hoodie. Whatever you want, but I need to know your name, your city, location, where you're from, and tell me what's good in the world today. Tell me where you're at. I love reading these comments. Working today on the paddy wagon, like that. What plyometric exercise have you do any incorporate? I'm going to answer all these questions in just a little bit. But first, you got about 5 minutes here on this, talking the art of quarterbacking. Now, you're like, hey, wait a second. Why is Luis Perez here? Right. Luis was most recently with the Philadelphia Eagles, got released, and he's been working with us all summer, and he is waiting right now to be picked up by an NFL team. Matter of fact, is your phone ringing? Is it ringing?
Right here.
It's on. It's almost ringing here on that. What's it like mentally to be waiting for a phone call?
Yeah, that's one of those things that you gotta just trust the process, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's not always easy, TD. You know, not everybody's drafted in the first round, guaranteed money. But you know what? You got to get ready so you don't. You have to stay ready so you got to get ready, right? So one of the things I've been doing is here training with you, doing my morning runs every day, and just getting ready for that phone call. So whenever they call, I'm ready to go.
What do you think it takes to be a great quarterback? And let's just say, obviously, at your level. And by the way, guys, if you were out in the field with Luis, Drew Brees, Chase Daniel, Ryan Griffin, any of the guys you trained with this summer, you'd be like, how is that guy not signed to a team? You look at his feet, you look at the ball, you look at the velocity, you look at arm strength, all of it. You're like, who is this guy? That's Luis Perez. Yeah. What do you think it is that separates those guys from you right now not being on a team?
Well, there's a lot of things, TD. As far as just being able to have good connections, being able to be established, being an older guy. I'm a young guy still learning,
right.
And that's one of the things that I'm still, learning, right? From going out to the Griff and Drew Brees and Chase Daniel. I'm learning stuff from those guys, right? So
right.
Those guys are older than me, quite a few years older than me. So right now I'm like in the learning phase, and hopefully the team takes an opportunity to bring me in and put me under the wing and kind of groom me. So waiting on that opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's a well-said statement right there. They are a little bit old. Drew's 40.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But I think the bottom line is many of those players, at the end of the day in the NFL, you got to perform. You got to have results. Yep. But the most important thing is you get the opportunity. And you only need one opportunity to make sure that you get in the NFL and you get that opportunity. And you typically need a coach that believes in you. And Luis has had several opportunities. He did an incredible job in the league, the spring training league, in the AFL that was just ceased, getting ready. If the NFL doesn't come calling, then you got, of course, the XFL. But man, we're keeping our fingers crossed in training to control the controllables on that aspect to make sure that he gets back in the NFL, because that's where he belongs. If you were to see him throw, if you were to see him move, you would be like, man, who is this guy and where does he come from as well? What advice would you give to any young quarterbacks out there? Maybe Pop Warner, maybe high school kids that like dream of someday being in the position where you're at right now, like you're on the cusp, on the bubble of signing with an NFL team. What advice would you give?
Well, you know what? I tell them to never take no for an answer, right? I've had a lot of no's, along the way, and I've only had a few yeses, but those yeses really came clutch for me, at the right time. So just make sure you keep your mind right. Make sure you have a plan set of what you're going to do in life. If it's playing quarterback, if it's, working at a manager at a store, whatever you want to do, be the best at whatever you do. And get your mind right, so that's one of the things that for sure helped me. Get your mind right. He said it right there. You talk about get your mind right. How do you get your mind right? How do you do it now? When and folks, as I'm talking here, you're driving, you're at work, wherever you're at right now. It's a little after 12 noon on a Tuesday afternoon, and it's like, man, I gotta get my mind right. Gotta get my mind right. Snap your band. What do you do, Luis, to get your mind right? Like, you've been working your butt off. You have these opportunities that, like, man, like your camp starts and you're waiting for a phone call to be called up on that stuff. What do you do now to make sure that you get your mind right? Yeah, it's tough, especially in this stage right now, not being signed, being married, having to, support my family. So, but one of the things is just trusting the process, like I said earlier, and having good faith, right? Good things happen to good people. That's kind of how I live my life. So I try to do everything, by the book, and try to do everything the right way. And hopefully, faith comes my way, and hopefully I end up on a team.
Amen to that. Let's talk about maybe the most important thing you're doing right now is training. Because we talk about control the controllables. I want to talk training. I want to go in depth about training and what it takes to perform at the highest level. If you are listening in right now and you want to just ramp up and amp up your own training, let's talk about what's that going to take. What's it going to take to play at your highest level, whatever it is, whether you're an athlete or you're a desk jockey, you're an executive. You're like, man, I just need to amp it up. I need to get my mind right. I need to get my body right. I need to get my energy right. What are you doing now training-wise physically to make sure that you're prepared so when the opportunity comes, you're ready to go?
Well, first of all, coming in Fitness Quest 10, first of all. But no, so I have a daily routine that I run by. So I go, every morning I wake up, I go on my morning run. It's about 1.5 miles about there and back, so it's almost 3 miles. So I do that every morning. Then I go out and I do my normal lifting schedule. I have a routine of how I break it down, each body part every day. And then I go out and throw 4 or 5 times a week, depending how my arm feels that week. And I try to keep a nice pitch count so, my arm doesn't get too fatigued, just in case, I get a workout, I have to fly out the next day. So I have a routine that I've been set and that I've been building throughout, all, college and being here with you and in the pros. So I kind of built a nice little schedule together, and I feel like it's been working well for me.
Yep. So training obviously plays a huge role. He's training with the weights. He's running every day. He's throwing, and you got to be prepared volume-wise so that when you go into camp, you go from like nothing, and all of a sudden you're throwing 150 balls a day, and your arm's hanging by a thread. Luis won't be like that because he's been working his tail off, and you just saw 5. Actually, we did 6 of my favorite quarterback exercises amongst dozens. But if you're a young quarterback, you work with overhead athletes, you want to incorporate some of those into your routine on that. I want to talk about training and nutrition, supplementation. What else you do? Obviously, we've worked together with Carnison. Carnison is sponsoring today's Facebook and Instagram Live. Why? Because we only partner with people that actually are going to elevate our performance, mindset, physical, all that aspect. What are some things that you do nutrition, supplement-wise to help your performance?
Yeah, so basically every morning I have a kind of a routine that I go by. So pre-workout, right, post-workout, and before I go to bed. So those are kind of the things that I kind of go by. So pre-workout, I do take a pre-workout. I take my multivitamins. I take fish oils. I take vitamin C's, and those are on a daily basis, even on my days off.
Yep.
I also take 2 scoops of beta-alanine, 3.2 grams. That's the dosage. I don't know about 5. That's a lot, TD. But no, so I do that
Someday when you get to this level, you'll be taking 5.
So I have a calorie count that I go by every single day, which is 2,600 to 2,800. And I follow that throughout the day. I mix up my proteins, mix up my carbs, mix up my fats, and make sure I hit that range every single day and just be consistent at it. Because anybody can do it for a week, 2 weeks, a month. It's about being consistent, right?
Yep.
I've been doing this for a while now, and I feel like it's paid off for me.
What as far as after your workouts, what do you do?
So the beta-alanine, so like you said earlier, so it helps with recovery. And as an athlete, right, we're in the top 1% of the world. So you need every competitive edge you can get. And I feel like with that, it really helps me recover and be able to push through my workout, push myself to the limit, and be able to go above and beyond.
Yep. So guys, it starts with obviously your nutrition and your training. You've got to make sure you're dialed in with your nutrition and your training. There's no doubt about that. I always say the extra 10% is the edge. How do you create that edge? There's the mental edge. There's all the other things that you can do with supplements to make sure that you're doing the right things. I've talked about it before, my routine. I've shared my routine. Matter of fact, if you go to team.carnison.com/Todd-Durkin, you could see my entire routine of what I do on a regular basis to make sure that I'm amped up, both pre-workout, post-workout, all those things. So check that out, team.carnison.com/Todd-Durkin. On that, matter of fact, you'll see his lovely face on there too, team.carnison.com on that. But I'm an advocate of a pre-workout. I take pre-workout before all my workouts. As a matter of fact, today I had a little extra monkey juice in there on that. I got a little fired up. I might be at like 5.5 grams today on that. And then you're like, why? I know I also train beside the pros. I train the high school kids as well. And one thing that happens with the high school kids is they get lactic acid buildup. What's lactic acid buildup? When you're pushing your body to extreme, when you get a hard workout at your gym, and man, it's tough and it's grinding on that stuff. One of the things that the carnosine beta-alanine will do is it's going to buffer lactic acid. It'll buffer lactic acid so it doesn't build up. You don't feel sick. You don't feel nauseous on that. And that's a good thing. You want to make sure you buffer lactic acid. But you got to train hard. You got to train your body hard with the right lifts, the right moves. Luis doesn't just do the functional fitness exercise I showed. Those are 6 of them. We're also getting in some big lifts, some squats, some deadlifts, some lunges, some big lifts for the legs and hips and the upper body as well. Those are the auxiliary lifts that we use from a functional fitness quarterback perspective that will help as well. In addition to the carnosine beta-alanine, one thing that I do later on at night is the SR carnosine, the sustained release carnosine, which is actually going to, again, help the recovery on that. So whether it's 1.6 or 3.2 grams of the SR carnosine, you're not going to get that paresthesia effect where you might feel like a little bit of tingly. I call them the tingles. Tingle. You like the tingles? Well, then take some. But the SR carnosine is going to allow you to get the effects and benefits of the carnosine beta-alanine without any paresthesia on that. Addition on that, Luis talked about the fish oils, the multivitamin, glutamine, as well as the whey protein you're going to have are some of the essentials that you're going to do on a regular basis as well. Yes, Colleen, sleep is very underrated. As a matter of fact, I just handed in my latest manuscript for my book, and that's one of the things I talk about. I actually talk about the physiology of recovery on sleep, on nutrition, on supplementation, and some other things that I do to biohack my body. You're going to have to stay tuned to hear what that is. You're going to be like, what? He does that? Yup, that's right. Because when you're talking about high-end recovery, you'll do those types of things on a regular basis on that. So, Luis, when it comes to the art of quarterbacking, what else would you say to a young quarterback, to a college quarterback, or even a fellow pro quarterback that you would recommend?
So I would say one of the things that's really overlooked as far as for quarterbacks is kind of the communication you have with your teammates, right? So there's a lot of people that grew up differently, that have different beliefs and all that. So, but at the end of the day, you want to get everybody to one common goal, right? Is to win a game or a championship or wherever you're at. So communication, right? Not everybody responds the same way. So sometimes you have guys that you can go out there and tell them, hey, pick it up, and kind of get on their butt, right? A little bit in public. And you have other guys you got to, hey, pull them to the side and tell them, hey, you know what? Hey, you got to pick it up, but not in public, right? So you have to find a way to get to know your teammates and how to communicate with them to get what you want out of them.
That's right. No, great point. I think some of the secret things as far as being a good quarterback that often are overlooked, leadership.
Yep.
Leadership's an important aspect. I know, you're a great leader. People respect you. How you lead a team, how you lead a huddle is important. I also think having that it factor, where when the game's on the line, man, they're going to be like, hey, put the ball in Perez's hand, in Breeze's hand, in Chase's hand, in Griff's hand, whatever it is. Like, we want to do these things. How do you get the it factor? You got to practice it. You got to get a little swaggy swag, right? And that doesn't mean out off the field you got, an extra swag or cockiness, but you got to have that it factor, that you believe in yourself, that mindset of that, hey, I prepared for this moment. I can do this moment right now. Put the ball in my hands. I'm going to get it and distribute to the right people. So leadership, the it factor, are some of the most common overlooked aspects of being a great quarterback on that. I don't think it comes down to you got to be a certain height or weight or even speed. I think the bottom line is you got to be able to win. You got to get results on that stuff. Would you add anything to that, Luis?
I think you hit it on the head, Coach.
Yeah.
Basically, for me, I would say number one is, like I was talking about earlier, was the it factor, right? Like you said. So there's a fine line between being confident and being cocky, like you said, right? And having that it factor, having that kind of, you said, like swag, it's right in between there. And you got to have, you got to carry it well and walk that line very well.
Yeah, I call it be humble, be hungry. Be humble, be hungry on that stuff. Hey, Cabot asks, what's your favorite workout? Do you have a favorite workout?
Oh, man.
All of them.
All of them, right? All of them, yeah. You got to hit every body part.
The bottom line is the workouts you don't feel like doing or the workouts you need to do the most. Hey, do me a favor, Facebook, Instagram, before I move on, you got to like this right here, because I'm going to give away some swag here. Speaking of swaggy swag, we're giving away some swag in a matter of moments. So you got to like this. I want to see the thumbs up, the likes, the waves, all that good stuff on IG and on Facebook. And also I want to see your comments. Please comment right now about Luis Perez. Wish him well and all his prayers on that. So I'm seeing those thumbs up and those hearts coming in. Please like this. If you like a chance to win some additional swag, I want you to share this. Share some positivity on this. I'm going to take some questions here in a moment. And as a matter of fact, we come on in Instagram. Hang with me here. We got a lot of people. What's your favorite deadlift? The question is, my favorite deadlift is a hex bar deadlift. I love hex bars. The hex bar deadlift is one of my favorite lifts. Yes, I will be at CanFit Pro with my one-day mentorship coming up. Let's go, TD! Justin Cugley says.
Go, baby.
Let's go. I like that. Yo, Australia's in the house. Team smashing calories, Adrian Parsons. It's like 3 a.m. right now in there. Every time I see you get pumped up, I get pumped up to see your energy. Darren Baker, thank you very much on that. Love, get your mind right. If I'm seeing get your mind right, you're going to be eligible to win one of these. If you want the Carnison swag bag, dude, my folks hooked me up. They hooked us up today, Luis. Someone's getting it, and it's like heavy. I'm going to ship it to you unless you want to come to Fitness Quest 10 and get it. Helen, what's going on? Where are my questions at? Bakersfield, California's in the house. Becky, what's happened? Mind right maniac you are. Yeah, so are you. Impressive is right. Kate, KT, what's happened? I'll be in Providence, Rhode Island this weekend. Perform better this weekend. CanFit Pro, Toronto, Canada, August 15th, 16th, 17th on that. And by the way, guys, in addition to this Carnison swag bag, I'm giving away a Carnison swag bag, a Theragun, and a few other things later on this week coming up. So you better stay tuned on this. Today I'm giving away the Carnison swag bag and some other goodies. So the training arsenal just got 5x size bigger. Joseph, thank you. Some awesome ideas for core training, stability, fire breathing dragon. The bottom line is I've been training quarterbacks for a long time, and a lot of times quarterbacks come in and they do the big lifts. They're doing their squats, their bench, their lat pulls, their deadlifts, and all that stuff. But here's the bottom line: is a quarterback is not a linear athlete. A quarterback's a rotational athlete. Absolutely. So are you training with rotation? That's why the first exercise we did horizontal core rotations with super bands. We also did diagonal lifts, 3D training, 3-dimensional training, because then we went not only to the obliques and all the rectus abdominis, went to the back side, the glutes, the lower back, the erector spinae, the backside, posterior delt, rhomboids, all that area. And when Luis was in that flex T position, to go another step further, I'll talk turkey. Now I know you all get fired up right now, like, oh yeah, fastball, breaking ball, change with 3 different hand positions. Now all of a sudden you're changing with 3 hand positions, so that when you're following through, that's the 3rd hand position on that. That's called functional fitness. So it's not just training always in the fastball position, because as a rotational athlete, quarterbacks don't just train in 1 hand position. They're constantly throwing and then following through as well. Typically the elbow breaks for a pitcher quarterback on the follow through. That's why you need to train the backside to the front side, 2 to 1, backside, front side. Young athletes, experienced athletes, NFL athletes, pro athletes, men and women. Train the backside to the front side, 2-to-1, backside, front side, if you want more balance between your front side and backside and you don't want to get hurt. Because if you're hurt, you're on the shelf and you can't make the club when you're in the tub. I kind of like that.
That's a good one.
So make sure you train this way. So I just given you some different things in addition to those 6 exercises, including the towel drill. I added that towel drill at the end, training with 3 hand positions. We could have an all-day symposium on the art of quarterbacking on this, but I'm loving it right now. I want to see Luis take TD down and rebounder. That can't happen on that. They're calling us out already. They want to play rebounder. Toronto in the house. Yes, I'll see you in 2 weeks. From former quarterbacks out there, come on, TD. No doubt. We should have got out there and have a throwing contest.
Winnipeg, huh?
Although, Winnipeg, Canada is in the house. Rebounder competition. Colorado Springs is in the house on this. Other questions coming in. Hook a brother up with some swag. I like this. We got some Cardison swag bag coming through. What plyometric exercises, if you do any incorporate? Here's what I love to do with plyometric exercises. I love doing what I call complex exercises. So if Luis was doing let's call it a Swiss ball, let's call it a dumbbell bench press, 3 hand positions, fastball, breakable, change up with the dumbbell bench press. I'll also then unload it immediately and then do a plyometric push-up on a bench. Strength plus speed is explosive power. That's fast twitch. So when you look at plyometrics, amortization, time spent on the ground with your feet or with your hands, you want to make sure the amortization time is limited. How much explosive power can you have with your feet or actually with the upper body? For a quarterback, you want to make sure you have a very fast whipping action of the upper body. But that's also generated from coming from the hips and the legs as well. Strong legs, being able to rotate, flexibility, mobility, as well as being able to dissociate the hips and shoulders about 30 degrees. We're looking for dissociation between the hips and the shoulders. So when Luis is working with lunges, flex T lunges with rotation, there's a 7th exercise, flex T walking lunges with rotation, I want to see equal and opposite rotation going to the right as well as the left. Because if he's always rotating left, we may have to work on a flexibility deficit going to the right side, because if you're too much imbalanced, that will lead to injury. And again, you can't make the club if you're in the tub.
Right.
There you go. Hashtag that. Hashtag you can't make the club when you're in the tub on that. So Jason, that's how we do it. We do work on lower body plyometrics as well, squat jumps, lunge hops, skater plyos. I like frontal plane. I'm talking a lot of turkey today on this stuff. Science anatomy. Frontal plane is lateral movements. Why? Because as a quarterback, that's how he drops. Lateral motion. It's not linear. It's not in the sagittal plane. A lot of it's in the frontal plane and the transverse plane. Frontal plane, he drops 3-step, 5-step drop, and then he's got to rotate transverse plane. So if we were to look and break down any of these quarterbacks training, or not just quarterbacks, pitchers, we got a lot of pitchers in here as well. Any overhead athlete, we want to make sure, look at all these hearts coming through. I start talking turkey, and they're getting all fired up. Man, on this stuff. So, can't make the club when you're in the tub. They're now hashtagging that.
There we go.
Bilateral symmetric. Yes, exactly right. You want to be bilaterally symmetrical on that, but most people don't train that way, especially pitchers and quarterbacks, because of that rotation, typically are very asymmetrical and imbalanced. So we want to make sure we do a little extra work on the either weaker or more inefficient side, and that we try to get symmetry. Unilateral, a lot of unilateral training as well as bilateral training as well. I'm a mind right maniac, and so am I. I like that right there. Hook a brother up. San Mateo, California is in the house. I need a gray hoodie for training. You need some gray hoodie? Let me tell you what. If you get a gray hoodie, you get a little Cardison beta hounding in you, and you listen to the new podcast coming out in, I'm going to tell you on Thursday when it's coming out. Tune in on Thursday. You will get your mind right. Trust me. I'm going to crush a provincial bench press record next year. Colleen, I like hearing that. Crush it, baby. Get fired up. Take a video. Tag me. I want to see it. I'll repost it. Can't have 2 bad days in a row. That's the truth. By the way, what did Drew Brees teach you this summer? What's one thing that Drew taught you? I know you guys had discussion, but what would be one thing?
So the one thing that I took was he has a switch, right? So we come in the weight room, we'll have a normal conversation, we'll hang out, but the moment that workout starts, it's go time, and it is go time. And the same goes when we're on the field, right? We're warming up, and he takes so much attention to detail in the warm up. That's super important to him. That's one thing that I lacked that now I'm putting in my game that I feel like will help me a lot.
Well, you talk about iron sharpens iron. That's what you learned from him, from not being around it, right? Chestnut, what's up, baby? What's up, TC? Speaking of awesome and mind right maniac, man. But Drew has that uncanny ability to get the best out of people. And I think one thing that he said, speaking of the art of quarterbacking, period, on this is you got to have a short-term memory.
Oh, 100%.
Right? And what's it going to take to have that short-term memory when you make a mistake? And I think that's some great wisdom from a future Hall of Famer. NFL, sign this guy. Isn't that the truth on that? That is true. C4 is my chosen pre-workout. Brian Schultz. It's pretty good stuff, too. I like that. On that, my sleep, blah, blah, boom. Do we have recovery boots at FQ10? Yes. We have Normatex. Very good. Humility. Man, we got a lot of comments. Keep them coming. City, state, location, the gym you're at. I want you to tag someone who needs a little motivation today. If you know a young quarterback, tag their parents. If you are a young quarterback, fantastic, because you're not in school right now. Some of you young kids always listen while you're in school. Naughty, naughty. Getting some extra wisdom and motivation when you're in school. Can't make the club when you're in the tub. Isn't that the truth right there? Ryan Morse. How do you feel about training barefoot? I truly believe at least twice a week is minimum. Good question, Cody Wilson. I love training barefoot. I think the feet are often the missing link to a lot of training, not just for quarterbacks. I love barefoot training, especially in the dynamic warm-up when you get there and you take a lacrosse ball and you roll on the bottom of your feet. Why the bottom of the feet? There's a half-inch band of fascia called your plantar aponeurosis. Can anyone spell plantar aponeurosis? Matthew Smith, you're excluded in that because you're an ATC. You better know how to spell that. If you know how to spell plantar aponeurosis, put it in there. You may win something special on that. But the plantar aponeurosis is a half-inch band of fascia running from your metatarsals to your calcaneus, your heel. And if that thing gets hypertonic, gets tight, all of a sudden your knees start hurting, your hips start tightening, everything starts tightening up, and you feel pain. It could be stemming from the bottom of your feet. So we'll do a lot of balance work with bare feet or with the socks on. Not just even on you don't even need fancy like Airex pads and all this crazy stuff. Just on the ground, because all of a sudden now all the small intrinsic muscles in your feet are gripping like a cougar that's climbing up the trees on that. So yes, barefoot training is part of our repertoire in the 5, 6, and 7 exercise I shared today. I didn't share any of our barefoot balance training, but that goes all the way back to my days with LaDainian Tomlinson training as well. Fire breathing dragons, that's a good one, Cody. I like that. Knox Vegas needs a gray hoodie. What's your favorite product? What's your favorite product with carnosine in it? What's your favorite product with carnosine in? I guess you're saying what is like my favorite pre-workout is I guess what you're saying. I guess if that's the question, I'm not clear on the question, but if that is, I'm oscillating between two right now. I'm oscillating. I've been using a lot of the Cage Muscle on that stuff, but I actually do like the Gym brand as well. I have not tried. I'm going to try this new one because it just came in. Again, I thank my friends over at Carnosine, the Max Muscle, right there on that. But I go back and forth with the Gym brand and the Cage Muscle right now. I use most of those pre-workout, so I know most of them. Those are my top 2 favorites. Again, I also do like the sustained release carnosine beta alanine because late at night I don't want to get paresthesia at night. I don't want to be going cray-cray and being like, talking to my wife and I'm going like freaking out, like
switching out.
I want to relax, put on a candle, relax and chill out a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Brick Dragons, baby, are in the house. Wendy Williamson, that is the truth. Wendy, guess what? I even bleed green. I drink green, baby. The green juice. There it is. Wendy Williamson, Brick, New Jersey's in the house. I need some carnosine in my life. Ryan Morse needs to hook a brother up, trying to change the world from the East Coast. Frederick, Maryland is in the house. Spokane, Washington. Kimberly Zach spelt a plantar aponeurosis correct. You are correct. Kimberly, great job on that. We're going to have my team hook you up with something special just for spelling that right and paying attention when you're in anatomy class. Gym brand for life, Colleen Thompson. I just talked about that. Love the C4 too. Yo, IG, I haven't forgot about you guys. Got a couple minutes left. I want to see some love for Luis Perez. And right now, Luis, as he waits here for a call-up, he's not sitting around and waiting. He's actually working his butt off, and he agreed to come on today onto this live on Facebook and Instagram to share about the art of quarterbacking, what it takes, and working with a lot of quarterbacks over the last 20 plus years, being a quarterback from when I was 5 years old all the way through Pop Warner, high school, college, into the pros, and now working with a lot of athletes, specifically quarterbacks on that stuff. Know a few things about that. Luis is a guy who is doing everything possible to create his opportunities, not wait for his opportunities. That's another hashtag. Create your opportunities. Don't wait for your opportunities. You know, it's kind of like can't make the club in the tub. You know,
Wow.
Man, we on fire today. We on fire. Luis, what's your favorite workout split for average dudes? Ooh. Favorite workout split for average dudes. None of us are average, but PK Ulster 78 on that. We want to go old school here on that. I like just supersetting antagonist muscle groups. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Bench, lat, pull. I'm talking average, not quarterbacks. They're not average on this. You got to, once you do your warm-up, we incorporate a little impact bike plan, get all your functional stuff in. Just if you need to get a 15, 20-minute quick pump in there, you want to make sure that you get it in. And push, pull, bench, lat, pull. And then we go single unilateral dumbbell bench along with some unilateral pulls. TRX, bilateral, dumbbell, unilateral. And then, of course, you got to go a little arm farm. Tricep, bicep, antagonist muscle, arm farm. Even quarterbacks like it. The pitchers like it. You got to get a little arm farm in there. So that would be one day. And the lower body another day as well. I like splitting upside, top side and down low. Unless you're, again, if you're doing it 2 to 3 times a week, you're going to need to get it all in. But PK Ulster, great question on that. Bottom line is, I also, if you're doing an upper lower body day and doing a 4-day split, which I do a lot with my average people and I do myself, is on one of those days you have a higher volume day, higher reps, lower weight. Another day you're gonna have a heavy day on that stuff. That's when you're gonna need a little extra little scoopy of the little tinglies. Yeah, I do like the tingly, someone said. So nothing wrong with, you like tingle every now and then? Tingle, good. The Panthers should sign him. That's the truth. Had a great workout with the Panthers. They will sign him. That's my prediction. Do you have a favorite team?
TD, all 32 right now.
Yeah! Good
32.
answers. Luis Perez, that's a good answer. Best lower ab workout for someone with metal rod in their back. Wow. Tammy, I don't want to give medical advice since you have a metal rod in your back. But that being said, if I was training and I had a metal rod in my back, I would be working with a trainer or a physical therapist to make sure that what I'm doing is safe. I start with isometric movements like a plank, and I'd progress up there from the plank, making sure I work a lot of mobility in my hips and in my mid-thoracic spine. Why? Well, because whenever you have a implement like a rod in your back or even a knee replacement, you look to your ankle, you look to your hip, above and below. Metal rod in your back, if it's your lower back, I'm looking at the hips, I'm looking at the mid-thoracic spine on that and getting mobility, making sure I have proper mobility, stability, and strength in those areas. On that, start real basic, progress up from there with the planks, and then from there you can start adding obviously some more challenging moves where you're lifting your knees toward your chest as well. So I can't tell you the best one for you. I don't know exactly your situation, and I certainly don't want to flare up a situation. But Tammy, if you tell me where you're at, I guarantee you I know a lot of fire-breathing dragons. I know a lot of trainers all over the globe, and I can probably hook you up with someone that is really, really good, unless you are a trainer. Then let me know. But great thing. The art and the science to working with quarterbacks is the truth right there, Steve. There's an art and a science with that. Because the science is what we just shared in the weight room. If you're joining me late, make sure you go back and watch it, some of the moves we do with our quarterbacks. But also the art is this guy, at the end of the day, when a play breaks down, you got to create. You got to find the open guy. You got to know all your progression. You got to prepare. You got to do all your film work. You got to know your different stems. You got to know that if a guy has a short route and there's a scramble drill, he's going deep. Deep guys are coming short. You got to know all these things. You got to think of these things really, really fast on this stuff. So, man, I like this topic today. We could go all day on this stuff, but laugh out loud, the arm farm. Steve likes the arm farm. Do you work more in the off season or during the season?
So for me, you build in the off season, right? So you build up, you build strength, and during the season,
ready to go.
It's more, I would say, maintenance, right? So during the year, you're getting beat up, you're getting hit every game, you're grinding out. You've been on a long, couple months of just training. So it's about maintenance. So the building happens in the off season.
Good. Sam, best cardio machine in your opinion? Ooh. I'm going to get in trouble on this one now. I'm going to get in trouble here. The best cardio machine on the planet is your body, because you can just take that body and go out and walk, run, jog, whatever you want. So that's the right answer. The one you're probably wanting to hear is probably like to choose between a treadmill or an elliptical or a bike, right? on that stuff. So, hey, listen, you got to find what works for you on that stuff, right? So I don't think there's a best one. I think the bottom line is that you're doing something for your aerobic, for your heart, your cardio type stuff. Get your strength training in. And also, if you want to lose some fat, I like getting a little bit of long, slow distance type stuff in, especially fasted cardio early in the morning. I typically get on the Matrix elliptical trainer. I get on there. I burn 400 to 500 calories every morning before I even start my day. I listen to a podcast. I get my mind right, and then I'm like, all of a sudden, 18 minutes in, the tingles come in. I'm ready to rock and roll on that. Find what works for you. The bottom line is that you're doing it. Also, mix it up, because sometimes cardio machines do get boring, right? So you got to make sure that if you're not listening to my podcast or strolling this Instagram or Facebook, that you maybe hop every 15 minutes to a new machine if you're going to do that, or if you can go out and enjoy some nature.
Fresh air.
Yeah, nothing like it. Visit your local high school. Nothing like getting into high school and running the bleachers, walking the bleachers, getting out, walking the track. Again, using your body on that stuff are just great ways. So get it in. That's the bottom line. Sam, thanks for asking that question. A lot of questions on lower abs today. Sounds like we got some people in the summer blues that are looking a little extra work on that. What's the best core workout? No off season, Luis. Come to the Bears. The Bears, no doubt.
Bears.
Go join Chase Daniel over there, no doubt. What's some advice for an incoming college freshman?
Well, I would say number one, it's going to be completely different than high school, right? In high school,
Preach
if you're getting a scholarship, right, you're probably the best guy on your team.
Yep.
You ran the show. So when you get there, you're going to be bottom of the totem pole, right? So you have to go in there with an attitude that you're going to go out there and you're going to work.
True.
You're going to work. Talent only takes you so far, right? So you got to have that mindset that you're not going to get to the top right away. It's going to be a process, and you got to trust the process, and one day or another, you're going to get there. So just trust it.
Luis, when you got to college, where were you on the depth chart? You didn't play high school football. You were like, what were you, third or fourth?
Ninth.
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 Could you imagine being ninth on the depth chart? Perez, you're we don't even have a spot on the depth chart. You're ninth. By what game was it? Fourth or fifth you were playing?
So fourth game.
Guys, you can see the Instagram's crooked right now because he was ninth on the depth chart. Ninth. Can you imagine being ninth on the depth chart? Yeah, that's Luis Perez right there. And just keep fighting, man. Don't ever give up. Just keep fighting. What do your mental workouts look like? Great questions coming in today, baby.
How do you remember all the plays? That's a good one right there. So how do I remember all the plays? Well, you got to study. So number one, you got to go out there and you got to study concepts and you got to just learn. So I remember when I was with the Rams, my rookie year, I went in there and they gave me playbook about this big, and they said, here, learn it. And they kind of walked through the process a little bit, but at the end of the day, you gotta teach yourself, right? So I would sleep with headphones on, repeating the plays over and over and over, and I have a recorder. I would say it and sleep with it for 2 months straight, and just have it repeating in my head. True. Every day. Because in the huddle, you got to go in there and you have to say wide short to south right clamp, pass 18 Wanda, wide band lick, X strike Z bench, candidate with 3 jet, F cell Z drive. And you got to remember that, and you got to tell the whole huddle. So it's a lot to learn.
That is a lot to learn. Stuart, why is he wearing Nike? Because he's sponsored by him. That's why. He can get over to the dark side. You got to get that UA going, right, Stuart? Hey, whatever those teams hook you up with, baby, right? I like that. Tammy says, do you know my friend Joey Ardagna from Florida? Of course I know the Slash Fitness. Are you kidding me? They're legends down in Delray Beach on that. Do you have any advice to motivate yourself to work out? Yes, work out. Get up and get your butt up and get it to the gym. Don't even think about it. Do me a favor. Don't turn your phone on. Don't turn your phone on first thing in the morning. Don't turn on. Just go to the gym. I don't care if you got to drive 20 minutes, you got to drive 5 minutes. Yep. You go, just go out and start moving. Oh, get the sleepies out of your eyes. The sleepies aren't even out of your eyes, and you're moving. Take your dog out for a walk. If you don't have a dog, get a dog. You'll go out for a walk at least on that stuff. But hashtag get a dog. I'm into the hashtag, like, hashtag get a dog. Hashtag get a dog. Hashtag can't make the club in the tub. Hashtag create opportunity. We are on fire. It's because I'm drinking all that. It's getting a little crazy on this stuff right here. What's the name of your podcast? It's called the Todd Durkin Impact Show. Todd Durkin Impact Show. As a matter of fact, Thursday, 12 noon, I am going to be launching. Matter of fact, I'm giving away more Carnison on Thursday. I'm giving away, I'm talking about how you get a Theragun, MyZone, TRX, Under Armour. I'm talking about all on Thursday, 12 noon. Why do you have to wait?
Tune in.
Patience, baby. Patience, like that guy right there. No doubt about it. He has that gym you were at. Yes. So that is the name of it, PK Holster 78. Thank you very much. And by the way, all these questions that are coming in on Facebook and Instagram, some of these questions I am answering on one day a week on my podcast as well. So I'm liking all the hearts and all the love on Facebook and Instagram right now. How far, Luis, can you throw the rock, and can you throw farther than TD?
Well, I'm a little bit offended that he asked if I can throw far in TD.
I am too.
I mean,
I want to hear your answer.
TD, I can throw maybe about 65 yards on a good day.
On a good day?
On a good day.
What about your best day?
My best day, my personal record was 68 yards.
Ooh. Can I get any of my William & Mary Tribe fans out there talking about the day at the Super Bowl, in the Super Bowl Challenge when I went in there and won the competition at 67 yards?
Whoa.
Yeah, but that was a couple years ago.
I gotta get my mind right now.
So, right now, Luis would win the competition for the long throw. And the short throw. So, yeah, he'd win that competition. But not the rebounder game, that's for sure. So, there you go. Luis could throw about 60-something yards on that. And it would be 70. If you had to throw 70, you can throw 70. Whatever it takes on that
Whatever
stuff.
it takes, find a
Luis,
way.
come to Toronto and play for the Argonauts. They need help.
Oh, man, that's another option I got to explore soon.
There you go. I like that. Patrick, I'm going to see you here next week or 2 weeks, Toronto, Canada on that. Not too bad. Here's the thing. That's the common question, right? When you say, hey, I'm a quarterback, how far can you throw?
Yeah. Here, let me elaborate on that.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk.
There's a lot of guys that, can throw the ball 80, 85 yards, but they can't read a defense and they can't put the ball on the money where it needs to be on time, right? So that's probably one of the most overrated traits in a quarterback, in my personal opinion, right? It's all about accuracy and timing, in my opinion, and having a quick release. So that's one of the things that, you asked me how far can I throw, 68 yards. I would say that's maybe about average, maybe a little bit above average in the NFL. So
It is.
one thing I take pride in is my accuracy, and that's one of the things that I work on every single day, day in and day out, because that's what's important in my opinion.
You crushed it in the AF.
Thank you.
There you go. I love
Thank
that. Patrick Savory talking about I should become a kicker.
Why not?
You say because I got a bionic knee, I should listen. No disrespect to you kickers out there. I'm a quarterback.
I'm a quarterback at heart.
I like kickers. Kickers, I like you. We need you.
I once kicked a 35-yard field goal.
Did you?
Practicing.
Before
Okay. Practice.
Did you know I was a kicker?
No, I didn't know
I
that.
kicked, punted, and was quarterback.
Wow.
See, these young cats, they don't know that back in the day that I actually did everything. I didn't sell hot dogs at halftime, but I did everything else on the football field I could. But yes, I was a kicker. One point. I'm liking y'all talking smack. I'm glad to get my dose of Durkin to fire me up, Gretchen. Thank you very much. Get it right, get it tight on that. As far as the kickers, that is a skill. Kickers, you either love them or you hate them. You better love them because they could dictate and predicate the outcome of a game. Steve Weatherford, my man, what's up? Meant you can do both. Patrick, that is the truth. Yes. By the way, young quarterbacks, if you want to get on the team and you want to work your way up the chart, be a quarterback, learn how to punt. Learn how to punt. Go to a kicking coach or a punting coach and learn how to do that too, because you can get on the field quicker because you can hold for field goals and extra points. You could actually punt, which now you're a threat for some fakes. We got training camp is in full effect here on that. Good. Todd, who do you know up here in Rhode Island? I know a lot of people. I'm going to be in Providence, Rhode Island this weekend. I'll be there. I land at 1 o'clock in the morning Saturday. I teach Saturday at the convention center in Providence, Rhode Island. Perform better. I know a ton of people in Providence. Kerry Taylor was on this live. He's in Providence. On that, we got Matt Aspew, Fit Body Boot Camp is on this as well. He's in Providence, and even if you're not in Providence, Rhode Island is a very small state. You could be in Providence within 10 minutes on that stuff. Back in the day, you did it as an athlete, no doubt. You do everything when you're right. Oh my gosh, I live in Rhode Island. We got a lot of Rhode Island people. East Coast in the house. Any Jersey people in the house, baby? I like Jersey people in the house. He was the quarterback and the receiver. That's funny. I threw it 67 yards, and I ran and caught it 67 yards down the field in 3.2 seconds. This is a classic, by the way. This is a classic Doug Flutie drop kick.
Ooh,
by the way,
classic
Drew
right
Brees
there.
can actually do the Doug Flutie, they used to have these competitions. If you're not following the New Orleans Saints challenges right now, Breeze can actually do the Flutie drop kick on that stuff right there. So I think we got to give away our goodies right now. It's nearing. We intend to go 20 minutes, and we got talking. We should have our own show.
1 hour.
The quarterback show. We'll just call it the quarterback show until you get signed. But we can't have it because then, we'll start it, and then tomorrow you're going to get a call up, and then you're gone.
Yep.
And then you're going to be you'll make a lot more money doing that than like a quarterback show. Right? So go be a quarterback. Hey, young quarterbacks, I'm talking to you as I kind of end this bad boy. We're going to give away the gifts here in just a moment. On this is this. I don't care if you're a young quarterback, if you're a trainer, you're a coach, you're listening in from work, congratulations. Just tell your boss I said it's fine, no problem on that. Bottom line is you want to be a great quarterback, you want to be a great leader, you want to be a great athlete, you want to be a great, just anything you want to be great at. It's going to take time, effort, commitment, sacrifice. Sometimes you're waiting for a call. Sometimes, whatever it takes, you got to sacrifice. You got to have the discipline, all the things that Luis was talking about. Follow this guy. Luis, where can they find out more about you? Where can they follow you on Instagram?
At Perez Luis QB.
At Perez Luis QB. Follow him. Follow him. Do yourself a favor and follow him. Also, follow my friends over at Carnison. They got some great specials coming up, some great things coming up on that stuff. And we have something really special that we've got launching here this Thursday, August 1st, 12 noon. I'm starting to give away over $2,000. $2,000 coming up here, all because of the Impact Podcast is being launched here. I'm giving all the details of what you have to do coming up here this Thursday. So without further ado, I want to give away the Carnison swag bag. I want to give away the Wow Book, the Mind Right Maniac hoodie, and whatever else we're giving away. Let's do that now. While I'm doing that, please, if you have not liked this, please like it. I want to see some hearts and love. I want to make sure that, thank you for the hearts and love.
Sure.
And again, if you share this with someone and put your little 1, 2, 3, 8 sentences, whatever you want about whether it be the art of quarterbacking or just some positive energy and mentality that you got from today's Instagram or Facebook Live, I would greatly appreciate that. Spread the gospel of love and motivation and watch what happens. I'm loving seeing all the hearts and likes coming up here as well. Thank you to Carnison. Let's give away the Carnison swag bag. That's it. Carnison, thanks for hooking me up always. Luis, shout out to Carnison, huh?
Shout out to Carnison. Always coming in clutch.
Always coming in clutch. Like you, coming in clutch. We even got the scooper today. We got the scooper to take your protein and get your beta-alanine in there. Very good. Hey, Kayla, who do we got? First one, swag bag, because you said, hey, hook a brother or sister up with the Carnison swag bag. Look at all the hearts coming in. Look at all the likes. I see you right now hitting like. Don't be driving and commenting. Here we go. Kayla, what do we have? Who do we got going out?
Eilish Wine.
What is it?
Eilish, A-E-I-L-I-S.
Eilish, we'll DM you. I like the DM, IG. I like the DM. You got it coming to you. There it is. Carnison swag bag number 1 going out. Next, Wow Book. Signed, I was going to say Carnison Wow Book. Signed Wow Book to you. Who's going to?
Cody Wilson.
Cody Wilson. There you go. Cody Wilson. All right. Who's going with the Mind Right Maniac? Gray hoodie. It works even better in the summer because you sweat and you bleed and you're like, oh, I need a little bit of green juice. Get it going. Get the little sleepies out. Who we got with a Mind Right Maniac? Gray hoodie.
Jay McLucas.
Jay McLucas. McLucas?
Yep.
Jay. Sorry to just get your name wrong. Jay McLucas. You got the gray hoodie. Coming to you. DM me your address. We'll get it going. And just because I love y'all, hit a little extra black and red. We got a Mind Right Maniac. Get your mind right. If you take a picture of yourself going like this and it'll tag me on IG, you may win a little something Mind Right Maniac too. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Yes, it's going to who today?
Wendy Williamson.
Wendy Williamson. Brick, New Jersey. Yes. I believe she's from Brick because you just said Brick Dragons. Yes. So let's send her some extra green juice too, I think. That'd be good. So Wendy Williamson, you got the Mind Right Maniac shirt coming to you on that. Guys, thanks so much. Luis, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me today.
Guys, follow him at Perez Luis QB on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. He's doing amazing things. Watch the ticker, because the ticker on the NFL Network, ESPN, he could be being signed here any day and the hour on that stuff. So there you have it, guys. Peace. Thanks so much. Thank you, Carnison, for powering this today. We love you guys. Get after today. Get your mind right. Love you guys. Peace. We out.